Let me talk to you. They don't like LA Knight the way y'all think they do. They don't like LA Knight the way y'all think they do. The reason why it's obvious is look at the show. He's not booked as anything important. He's not booked as a pillar of this show, as someone consequential, as someone who matters. He's just booked as a guy who got, over. That's it. He's just a guy who got a catchphrase over. That's it. What more do you need from LA Knight? And I'm not saying this as somebody who doesn't like LA Knight. I'm actually a big supporter of LA Knight. I was actually watching Impact when they had those warehouse shows, when they were Global Force. I actually watched Eli Drake. Dummy. Yeah. Some of y'all didn't watch that. I watched that. He was basically booked as a comedy jobber in Impact. Now, some people will argue and say, well, he was the world champion. He even makes fun of his title run because they put a sticker on his championship belt. They wouldn't even give him a new belt. When they switched company names, they just put a sticker on it. That was his world championship. He even makes fun of that. So this whole LA Knight is the future thing. First and foremost, that's just not the way they book him. That's just not the way they view him. And I'm going to make this obvious to you. They say wins and losses don't matter, but they protect people. Why do they protect people if wins and losses doesn't matter? This is the same question Ryback was asking when he left. Remember Ryback was asking, if wins and losses don't matter, why don't I get paid like John Cena? He was like, yo, if wins and losses don't matter and y'all about to job me out, then pay me like John Cena since it doesn't matter. LA Knight is a losing character. Let me say that again. LA Knight is a losing character. He never wins. That shows you right there, they don't have any long-term plans for him. And what's even worse is his age works against him. Now, I'm not saying LA Knight is a bad wrestler. Notice I didn't say anything about that. I'm just saying about how the politics are not working in his favor. The age, the fact that he was a comedy act in Impact, and the fact that they don't have any plans for him and he always loses is working against him. If they wanted him to be the world champion, he could technically be world champion right now. He could have won Money in the Bank and cashed it in already. Why didn't they do that? They didn't do that because they did not want to get your hopes up. That's why he didn't win the briefcase. They didn't want another Otis or Dolph Ziggler type situation where a character that they never wanted to get the championship gets into position to possibly get it. They also did that with Sandow before they decided to have him lose. When a character loses the Money in the Bank, look at Sandow, Corbin, Austin Theory, it basically kills that character. Maybe they didn't want to kill LA Knight because there's still value in using him as a foil to other guys you're pushing. But they have no plans to make him the world champion. None. They could have did it already. I'm not attacking a guy. I'm not attacking his fans. I'm just telling you what the reality of the situation is. He's a losing character. The only time we saw a losing character turn it around was Jinder, and Jinder literally had to come back looking like a different person. LA Knight is still the same guy. He still looks the same. He still acts the same. He still has the same The Rock voice with the Stone Cold mannerisms. That's only going to get him so far in WWE. Yeah. So do I think LA Knight is the future? I don't, unfortunately. They're going to use him to push Logan Paul. They're going to use him to push Austin Theory. They're going to use him to push Seth Rollins. He's just going to be used the same exact way they started using Dolph Ziggler. Remember, Dolph Ziggler was kind of like the same type of character, and then all of a sudden, Dolph Ziggler became a loser. They're doing it now to Miz. I was going to make a separate video on this. Triple H does not like these type of guys for some reason. He does not like these guys who talk a big game, who got themselves over with the politics in the back. He don't like people like that. He don't like Miz. He don't like LA Knight. I'm telling you, Triple H does not like these guys. Look at the records. The records matter. Listen to the wrestlers. Listen to people like Ryback who were there, who tell you wins and losses do matter. They do use them. Wins and losses absolutely matter. That's how people get paid. That's how people are decided whether or not they're an important part of the show. And unfortunately, LA Knight is not deemed as that important. Yeah,